I just got back from an amazing train trip through 5 countries in Western Europe to see some Christmas markets, so of course I had to include the capital of Christmas to my itinerary, Strasbourg, France. Now, I want to be completely honest with you guys. Anyone who watches my channel knows I like to give you completely honest reviews of places, so I will say that I was a little bit disappointed with Strasbourg as a Christmas destination, only because if you're gonna call yourself the capital of Christmas, my expectations are going to be all the way up here. If you compare its Christmas markets with Cologne's or really any of them in Germany, they don't even compare. And same with their Christmas light displays and decorations. London is by far superior in my opinion, and Vienna is a close second right behind London for the best Christmas lights in Europe. Strasbourg does have really cute window displays, like a lot of the exteriors of the shops had really cute decor, but I do just want to set your expectations correctly. If you've never been to a Christmas market in Europe before or a Christmas destination, it's definitely still worth going and you'll be super excited by all the Christmas stuff. But if you have, I would start your trip here and get a nice little introduction to a European Christmas market. Then from here you can go to better destinations like Germany, Vienna, and London. But anyways, before we dive into the Christmas markets and just Christmas things to do here, let's talk about some important general info for visiting Strasbourg. So first, how do you get there? Strasbourg does have an airport, so you can easily fly in. It's super easy to get to the city center from the airport. You just hop on the airport shuttle train, which will take you to the main railway station in the heart of the city in only about 11 minutes for only a few euros. Or of course you can take a train from another destination nearby, which would bring you directly to that same train station as well. We came on a train from Luxembourg and it was only about an hour and 30 minutes on a direct train. And after using the Interrail pass to do an unlimited train trip throughout Europe, I cannot recommend this method of transportation enough, and especially this Interrail or Eurail pass in general, because it gives you the freedom to hop on whatever train you want without any additional costs after you buy the pass, of course. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my upcoming video where I give you all of the information that you need to know for this Interrail or Eurail train pass for Europe. Next is where to stay. Stay in the Old Town. That's as central as you can get where all of the Christmas markets are. We personally stayed at Hotel Le 21, which you can find on booking.com. It's a budget option for sure, so don't expect too much. It's very, very basic, but was in a great location and had everything we needed. We're not too picky. And again, because Strasbourg nicknames themselves as the capital of Christmas, during Christmas the prices of all the hotels in Old Town are super, super high, so this one was very affordable. Next is to get cash from an ATM before you head to the markets. Cash is still king at these markets. There are stalls at each market that will accept cards, but not all of them. So it is important to at least get a little bit of cash to make sure you can get everything you want at all of the markets. And last thing before we dive into the markets themselves, let's talk about the food and drink you absolutely have to try at all of these markets. This is another area where Germany is superior in my opinion. The food at German Christmas markets is just insane, but there are a few French specific foods you should try when walking around these Christmas markets. But first, let's talk about the drinks. At every market, you will see multiple punch stands, which is a Christmas market staple. There are a ton of different flavors, so if you like to drink alcohol, make sure to try as many as you can. If you don't like to drink alcohol or you're pregnant like me, so you can't drink alcohol, you can get the Kinder Punch, which doesn't have any alcohol, and a few stands will have hot cocoa as well. And they'll also have some ciders and mulled wines and different things. Typically at every Christmas market I've been to, they will have a super cute mug. So when you pay for your drink, which is anywhere usually from 3 to 5 euros, you'll pay an additional deposit for the mug, which is around 4 euros. Then if you return that mug, you get the deposit back, of course, or you can keep it as a cute keepsake from the market, which is what we did from all of the other markets to start a little collection about our trip. However, another disappointing thing about Strasbourg, in my opinion, was the mug situation. They mostly only had these plastic cups that just said Strasbourg on them. We only found one stall at the main market that had these cute mugs, and it was 8 euros just for the mug. No deposit, you just had to buy it and then buy a drink to go in it. So of course we did that because we already started the collection, but do keep this in mind if you've been collecting collecting cute mugs from other Christmas market cities. You're not just gonna be able to get a cute Christmas market mug like you do everywhere else. And this Christmas market mug was probably my least favorite out of all of the ones that we got. So it's definitely just a way for them to make money versus at the Germany Christmas markets or other locations. These are just the mugs that they use and just a part of the charm. The Alsace region is also well known for its winery, so a ton of stalls will be selling wine from their region if you do want to try that instead of punch or cider. Now let's dive into the food. First is tarte flambe, which is basically Alsace France's version of a pizza but crispier and thinner. Next is pain d'épices, which I know anyone who speaks French knows I'm butchering that, but it's a traditional French spice bread that dates back to over 350 years. Next is something I found a bit odd for a Christmas market, but foie gras, which is the liver of a duck or goose. If you see this in a restaurant, it's usually pretty expensive and considered a delicacy, but in the markets you can just get it on a sandwich. Then of course you can get a crepe, which is very French. They also have stalls selling some German food since they're so close to the German border, like pretzels, bratwurst, and spatzel. All right, now let's dive into the Christmas markets. I'm pulling up a map on the screen to show you where the 7 main Christmas markets are. I went to 6, so I'm gonna dive deeper into those ones. They're all open roughly from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they all end on December 27th, 2024. We'll start with Place Kleber, which is the largest Christmas market in Strasbourg with over 130 stalls. The showstopper here is the massive Christmas tree in the center. I have genuinely never seen a real Christmas tree that big before. Next is the Place des Cathedral Market. These stalls line the perimeter of the stunning Strasbourg Cathedral, so even before you get to the plaza and you're just walking up, you are in awe. Then once you get there, you can take your time walking all the way around the cathedral in its entirety to see all the different stalls. Next are the side-by-side markets Place Rohan and Place des Marches aux Poissons, which are fairly small markets. Honestly, not that impressive in my opinion, but it's right on the river, so it has nice views, and you can leave the market to continue to walk down the river, which is a very peaceful walk. The next one is so small, it's probably not even worth mentioning, but you're going to inevitably pass it as you're getting to all of the other Christmas locations. Place Gutenberg. Next, we have my personal favorite area of Strasbourg, Little France. There's a market in the Louis Wise Square here, which again, in my opinion, isn't that great of a market. It's pretty small, but I definitely recommend walking around this area before it gets dark. It's like stepping back in time or entering a real life fairy tale. It's just so stunning. This last one is the only one we didn't go to, Place Broglie Christmas Market, which is located in front of the City Hall. Besides the Christmas markets, like I mentioned earlier, it's fun to just walk around all the alleyways and look at the window and exterior shop decor. Some shops really go all out, and the best street to walk up is to start down by the river and walk up Rue des Maroquin, then past the cathedral and continue on that same street, which is now called Rue des Orfèvres. This street has by far the best lights and building decor in the city. So again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I want to set your expectations correctly. It's still a very cute Christmas town, and especially if you've never been to a European Christmas market before, I think it's worth a visit and you will be in awe. But I think self-proclaiming itself as the capital of Christmas sets unrealistic expectations, especially for those of us who have already been to Christmas markets, that it's going to be the most Christmassy destination you've ever been to in your life. And it's just not. So now let's take a look at the Cologne, Germany markets so you can compare.